my name's Sarita and I'm speaking to you today from Soulhenge, and I'm here to help you understand the truth about who you are. Now, what I wanted to share with you today was a solution to a question that people keep asking me again and again. And what this question is how can people maintain that sort of higher vibrational, that heart-based present moment awareness when they go out in their everyday lives and they're faced with all of the sort of chaos and the frenetic pace of life and all the problems that show up. And this is a question that I get again and again and again, because obviously we are living in quite a sort of stress orientated world at the moment, but it's changing. And so what I tell people who are wanting to improve their state of being on a daily basis is that they need to understand that their meditation practice has to become a living meditation. And this is what I'm now trying to do all of the time in my daily life. I'm trying to spend as much time as I can, or as I can remember, every waking moment, if at all possible, in my heart center. I'm trying to create a life for myself where I become a living meditation. And obviously, like all of you, it's not always that easy. But what I've started to do is I've started to use things in my reality as pointers if I need to drop into my heart center and become a living meditation once again. And what I mean by this is, obviously we know we create our reality, and our reality is a reflection of everything that we think and feel, because nothing can come into your manifested reality which is not a vibrational match to you. If it wasn't a vibrational match to you, you wouldn't be able to hear it or see it or interact with it at all. So if you're going out in your daily life and things are happening in that life that you've created which are to your detriment, what that is, it's a massive warning sign that you have basically come up and out of your heart center and you are back in your egoic mind. So if somebody's rude to you, warning, you are not in your heart center. If things are not going your way, warning, you are not in your heart center. If you trip, warning, you are not in your heart center. Everything in your manifested reality is an indication of where you are. And obviously, becoming a living meditation is the end game, as it were. And the more that you can drop into your heart center, despite what's going on in your exterior world, the more you will begin to elevate your vibration and affect your exterior world. So basically, as you up your vibration by staying more and more in your heart center, your manifested reality is going to change. And so are all of your relationships and all of the circumstances. Everything in your life is going to change, and it's going to elevate in vibration, and things will only come in to your field of reality that are a match to you. So this is what I tell people to do, and that is to learn Tibetan heart meditation. And Tibetan heart meditation is on my channel, and I am not kidding you when I tell you it is literally the most powerful meditation in the world. It takes 10 minutes to learn, and it takes 3 minutes to do. And what Tibetan heart meditation does is it basically teaches you to drop your awareness into your heart center and breathe gratitude through your heart. Now, the way I do that is in lemniscatic form. So it's a figure of 8 breath that moves through the heart center with gratitude attached to it. And the knot of the 8 is in the center of the heart. But other people just breathe into their heart center. It doesn't matter really how you do it. But once you've understood the fundamental practice of Tibetan heart meditation, what you can then do is, when anything shows up in your manifested reality which is stressing you out, whether it's your own internal thoughts, whether it's a situation that's happening to you, whether it's a co-creative moment with something else that isn't serving you, what you can then do is drop into your heart center, breathe into your heart center just for a couple of moments, and that will trigger you to essentially fall into gratitude in the now moment. And this really is such a powerful technique. And the whole thing with Tibetan heart meditation and resting your attention in your heart center is the minute you begin to breathe into your heart center, you come into coherence with your mind. So basically you still and quieten down the ego, and the heart and the mind begin to come into coherence. So my Tibetan heart meditation is basically a slightly altered version of the original Tibetan heart meditation, which Greg Braden talks about in all of his documentaries, and which has been scientifically measured in every way that it can by the Heart Math Institute. And when you do Tibetan heart meditation, all of the hormones of stress calm down in your whole body. Your ego calms down, and you begin to be gratitude in the moment. And when you are feeling gratitude in a moment, you essentially are unaffected by anything that is going on around you, and you begin to affect change in the circumstances of your life. Because one of the fundamental truths about your existence and about being here is that happiness is going to come to you from the inside out. We all need to come into this practice of being in a living meditation in our heart centers, where we are feeling gratitude and joy and abundance and peace and compassion from within us, from the inside out, unattached to anything that happens in our circumstances. And so when something flares up in your manifested reality, which is triggering you and making you feel awful, basically you're attaching your happiness to that, and that thing in your manifested reality is making you feel awful because you have an attachment to that outcome. And the minute you do that, you are in essence separating yourself from yourself. And if you can use every single trigger and every single problem and every single stress and every single mental thought pattern that's driving you mad as a reminder to drop into your heart center and just breathe for a couple of moments, your life is completely and utterly going to change, and you are going to find yourself happier and healthier and in more and more loving co-creative relationships with everyone around you. So I hope that's been helpful. It's a really good daily tip to use in your everyday life. And just as a footnote, I would say that obviously when you start a daily living practice like this, it's hard. You have to be prepared to put the work in and show up for yourself time and time again, because obviously if you're going in for practice like this, it probably means that your living reality is pretty challenging or pretty difficult. But the more and more you can practice a habit of dropping into your heart center whenever anything bad comes up in your reality, the more that being in your heart is going to become your daily habit. It's going to become habitual and natural to you. And at some point in your life, there'll be a tipping point where stress will become the unusual thing, and being in your heart center and feeling unconditional love and happiness from the inside out is going to become your natural state of being. And that's the thing that we're all trying to get to. And actually, it's really simple to do if you're prepared to show up for yourself and breathe in your heart. It's not that hard. So I wish you luck with your heart breathing journey, and thank you very much for listening.